Imagine waking up to breaking news. Missiles flying across the Middle East, oil prices exploding, and the world suddenly on the edge of war. A direct conflict between Iran and the United States would be one of the most dangerous wars in modern history. But how could it actually begin? To understand this conflict, we need to go back more than 40 years. In 1979, Iran's Islamic Revolution overthrew the pro-Western government and replaced it with a new Islamic Republic. Soon after, Iranian militants seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and held American diplomats hostage for 444 days. Since then, the relationship between the two countries has been hostile. Over the decades, the conflict turned into what experts call a shadow war. The United States imposed heavy economic sanctions on Iran. Meanwhile, cyber attacks, assassinations, and covert operations became part of the ongoing struggle. The biggest source of tension has always been Iran's nuclear program. Western governments feared that Iran could develop nuclear weapons. Iran insists that its nuclear program is only for energy and scientific research. But suspicion on both sides continues to grow. Iran is not just a country. It is also the center of a powerful regional network of allied militias and political groups across the Middle East. These groups operate in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen, and many of them are hostile to the United States and its allies. In many scenarios, a war could start with a single spark. For example, an attack on an oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway carries nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply. Any disruption here could shock the global economy. After the attack, both sides would quickly move military forces into the region. American aircraft carriers could deploy fighter jets and missile defense systems. Iran would prepare its ballistic missiles and naval forces. If tensions continue to rise, one side may launch the first strike. Iran possesses hundreds of ballistic missiles capable of hitting U.S. bases across the Middle East. A single missile attack could trigger a massive military response. The United States would respond quickly and with overwhelming force. Airstrikes would target missile launch sites, air defenses, and military bases across Iran. But the war would not stay limited to just two countries. Iranian-aligned groups across the region could attack U.S. bases and allied nations. Suddenly, the conflict could spread across the entire Middle East. The global consequences would be enormous. Oil prices could skyrocket, international shipping routes could close, and world powers would rush to prevent the conflict from escalating further. A direct war between Iran and the United States would reshape global politics overnight. Yet for now, both sides remain locked in a tense standoff. And the question remains, could the next spark ignite a much larger conflict? History shows that wars rarely begin with a single moment. They begin with decades of tension, waiting for a spark. Please subscribe for more videos and hit the notification bell.